Kamara opened up to her mom about her marital woes. Unknown to her, Kamara's mom was super confident that her daughter was doing just fine in her marriage. However, when Mama Kamara heard everything Kamara said about her marital woes, she was astonished and bewildered. So she decided to ask further about Kamara's finances and job. Kamara sadly opened up to her mom and told her she has not done any job or work since marrying her husband 3 years ago. She also lamented about how she has just been popping babies every single year, which has not allowed her to launch a jewelry business. Kamara's mom sighed and counseled her daughter to brace up and stop wallowing in self-pity. She went ahead to admonish her daughter to focus on launching her jewelry business, since that is something she's passionate about. She promised her daughter that she would loan her some money so that she can begin a business. A year passed and Kamara's husband, Dave, was completely living a life as a single married man, while Kamara had resigned to fate as a single married woman. Fortunately, Kamara's jewelry business was flourishing and she became very successful as the year passed. One fateful day, Kamara was about to set out for her business as usual. Then she heard a loud bang at her house gate. Initially, she ignored and summoned her house security man to check who the person was. The security man checked and saw that the noise was coming from a young, slim woman shouting for help. The woman barged into the house and shouted, "Kamara, Kamara, Kamara." Kamara, on hearing that someone was yelling her name early in the morning, became worried and concerned. And frightfully, she ran toward the young lady and asked her who she was and how she knew her name. The young lady, who was already exhausted from running and yelling for help, struggled to catch her breath. After she became calm, she told Kamara that her name was Cynthia. She said she's a friend to Dave, her husband, and that he is lying unconscious on the hospital bed and is battling between life and death. Kamara looked confused and wondered how that can happen, since she saw her husband last night. After Cynthia had narrated her husband's ordeal, she hurriedly ran out with Cynthia and they rushed down to the hospital. At the hospital, David was on the bed, looking pale and sickly. Kamara approached his bedside and Dave struggled to let out a word. Kamara then summoned the doctor and asked her what was wrong with her husband. The doctor told Kamara that her husband suffered from a heart attack as a result of overdose on a sexual stimulant. On hearing this, Kamara was shocked and tried to remember the last time she and her husband had intercourse, which has been a very, very long time. She looked at Cynthia, who claimed she was her husband's friend, and asked her specifically the kind of relationship that was between her and her husband. Cynthia, who at this point was hysterical and restless, looked at Kamara deep into her eyes and went silent and couldn't say a word. Cynthia sauntered out of the hospital ward and left Kamara and her husband to face each other. Kamara at this point looked at her husband disappointingly and uttered, "You have decided to bring shame to yourself with your philandering ways, and now your side chick cannot even help you, but you expect your wife that you abandoned for months to come to your aid?" Dave looked at Kamara remorsefully and couldn't speak. At this point, what would you do if you were in Kamara's shoes? Would you forgive and take Dave back, or leave Dave there on the hospital bed and never return?